Rennie,
Rennie's
great to be on there.
mood.
You sound as though you're right up for it this morning, Rennie. That's fantastic to hear. Now, I'm going to ask you the opening question is, mate, I was getting a little bit carried away because I was talking about who's going to get this top fourth spot, the fourth spot for the Champions League. It looks very much to me like third and fourth are now up for grabs, Rennie. Is that fair after Newcastle's victory against United?
Absolutely. It looks like nobody wants to claim it at the moment, but I mean, Newcastle went a little bit through of a difficult spell. Finishing it with losing against Man United in the League Cup final, but they have since then, I thought, come back really, really well with that last win against Manchester United, which again, elevates them above Manchester United. And Manchester United has in the league, lost a few games against Liverpool, drawing against Southampton and losing against Newcastle. So they could have put a firm stamp on that third position, never mind the fourth one, but it hasn't happened yet.
But when you watched the game against Newcastle, what did you think of, Weghorst's performance, Anthony, these players, and the whole team? To me, watching the game, they look up for it. They just didn't look up for the game. Newcastle wanted it more than them. Every tackle, David De Gea was time wasting from the first half. It was a strange performance, wasn't it, for Manchester United?
It was, Gabby. You're spot on. It's not singling anybody out.
Yeah.
It was the whole team. It was like we're back to before the Ten Hag era, and he must have really scratched his head, really, because I'm sure that at times, and we've seen fantastic, fighting and spirited performances from United this season, which got them at the hands of the first trophy. They're still in two competitions, and then suddenly this comes around, which really you need one of your best performances away to Newcastle. Newcastle, that's on the ascendancy. They know they can pull off those sort of performances, and they weren't there. There was not one moment in the game, not one, that had a little bit of a foothold. It was 90 minutes Newcastle and nothing else. So there's definitely, again, still a lot of work to be done, and I think Ten Hag will have a good look at it, take that information on board, and it's going to be interesting to see what kind of United is going to turn up tonight.
René, a bit of discussion has been around Luke Shaw coming out and saying that they didn't have as much intensity in that game as the opposition. When you were first team coach there, did you ever have a problem, or did the management ever have a problem with players coming out and speaking specifically on things like that, lack of effort and things?
Not that I can remember, Laura, because first and foremost, I mean, the first thing that always Sir Alex reiterated to all the players was every performance, every result is based on hard work. Hard work is a quality. Will always be talent, and talent will never succeed without hard work. So that was never an issue, because he was so adamant on that was the most important thing. So I can't really. Yes, sometimes you're off. Ali played, Gabby played. You sometimes go and start a game and it just doesn't happen for you. There's no flow. There's a sloppiness in the game. That can happen, but that's when you roll up your sleeves, and that's when you sort of battle your way back into the game, and that hasn't happened. So for a player to come out like that is obviously a strong statement, but also a worrying one.
I wanted to ask what you like about Brentford this season. Why you think it is that they're doing so well?
Because of Thomas Frank, and because of the support he's had throughout the club. He's been there for a number of years. And the most important thing is what you first want to establish with a club and be successful is a culture. Where you want to stand for. How do we want us to be perceived? And when I see like Brentford, and if I have to describe them, then I would say they will always have a go, home or away. And you know how good they are at home, but they will have a go away from home. That won't be any different tonight. And that's what I like about Thomas Frank, his approach with the players he's brought in. He tries to play on the front foot whenever he can, and there's a lot of energy and intensity in that team, and that's the identity of Brentford, if you ask me.
Okay, René, thank you very much.
René, thanks for taking a good day, mate.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.